Yeah, I mean, just to kick it off, I mean, just so proud of our team. I mean, all that they've had to work through, all that they've been through. Not only throughout the course of this season, but for every young man that's been a part of the journey, the ones that have chosen to come, be a part of this family, the ones that have kind of been through it all. It was really special to be able to finish this year with our 10th win. Even in the way that it had happened tonight, we had guys that went down. It was a back and forth game. There were some good moments and some really tough and challenging situations. But their heart, it's what showed up. They continued to fight, continued to believe. You did everything necessary to be able to finish the game, and securing that 10th win. And but like I told the team in that locker room, this team will not be remembered just because of a number. Right, it's going to be remembered by the way that they played, by the passion, by the character, by just the love that they have for each other, and it meant a lot for this team. It meant a lot for our program, and just so proud of every young man that's in that locker room. For our staff, the work that they've put in. Just in all ways, we got a tremendous administration. That there's been a lot of investment in helping us build this program and to getting it back to where ultimately we all know that it needs to be. And but being able to support the players with those resources and their development, and just the way that they've worked in all ways. I mean, it's just truly is special. And I think tonight capped it off. And you see the joy, you see the excitement for what they've done and all the work they put in. So I'm just proud of our guys.
All right, if you have a question for Coach Jared or Jordan, you can raise your hand. We'll start right here in the front on the aisle. If we can get a mic over, Terry.
Mike, at the half, what did you tell the team? What was sort of the message, and what did you think about how they came out and approached the second half?
I just told them to keep playing, continue to believe, trust your eyes, trust what you see, go out there and execute with fundamentals, and trust your training. And that's, just because things don't go the way that you want them to early, means you don't always have to scrap a plan, or you don't always have to make these huge adjustments. You just got to continue to believe in what you're doing. And I thought our players went out there and executed at a very high level. We were able to get critical stops, creating a takeaway when we needed it. Offensively, that the drive, I think it was a 15-play drive, 94, 95 yards. I mean, that was special, and that was a statement drive for how you respond. You got to give credit to OU. I mean, they played hard. I mean, they brought a lot of different pressures. They were able to attack in a variety of ways. We knew that was an explosive offense, especially with their skill position, at wide receiver. The young back, he's good, and I know he's good. The quarterback, did a great job in what they were doing, but ultimately our guys, they just continued to fight, and when we had to take the field one more time, our defense ended it the way it needed to be ended, and so just proud of this team. I want to give a shout out to Ryan as well. Ryan went through some challenges throughout the course of this year, and with whether it was confidence, whether it was things that he had to build back, he just continued to work day in and day out, and to be put on the stage in the moment, to need to make a field goal to put us up to go win the game, and he answered the call. So very proud of him as well.
All right, we got one in the back center, Melissa.
Right here. Melissa Thomas with Florida National News, back center. This question is for Jared and Jordan. What was the conversation in the locker room at halftime to kind of rally the guys together, kind of bring things up in the second half?
Honestly, it was no different than usual. We know who we are. We know our identity as a team. We work really hard. We work for situations like that. We work hard in the off season. We're made for times like that. And the guys stepped up. The defense came up big. Shout out to the offensive line, Johnny Wilson, Pokey, the running backs running hard. We couldn't do it without all of our guys. Special teams is big too. I feel like that gets overlooked a lot. Our special teams unit is really special. So it was a big time win for this football team.
Oh, my bad. Nah, it was definitely something like that. You know, we were in the locker room. I just came in smiling, and I looked at defense, and they looked at me smiling back, and we were like, yeah, like, it's over with. Like, we know what we have to do. Offense is going to put points on the boards. Special teams is going to handle what they have to handle. Everything's going to be fine. We just have to stop them. I looked at the linebackers. I looked at the safeties, the cornerbacks, everybody, and they're just smiling. I'm like, yeah, it's over with.
Take one on the left here.
Coach, I'm not sure how many starters went down with injuries during the game, but it seemed like a lot. And then when Jasden went down at the end and the whole team came out to him, what was that moment like?
Well, I mean, it shows, Jazz is a young man that's been with our team for a year and really came in the summer. But he's a part of our family forever now. And when you see, these guys know the work, they know the investment. It's one thing to talk about investment when it comes to a football team, and everybody just thinks about lifting weights, practice, all the things that go on the field. When it's investment in who they are off the field, showing that, getting to know a teammate, building a relationship. When you see a guy that goes down, it hurts. I mean, it's well, I try to go out and see every one of them because it's a game that unfortunately that happens. But Jazz played his last game as a Florida State Seminole, but he'll forever be a Nole. And to see our team embrace him, celebrate after the game with him, he's sitting there on crutches and celebrating with him. I mean, I love the young man, and I'm grateful that I got an opportunity to coach him. And I think you saw the impact that he had on this team, right? Just in the way that they embraced, a very tough situation.
Got one down front here, one on the aisle, one on the corner. Doesn't matter.
All right, Jordan, how does it feel to represent Palm Beach County in this Cheez-It Bowl and be an MVP?
It's a blessing. Growing up in Palm Beach, it was so awesome. I was blessed. My family took care of me all the time. I didn't have to go through a lot with my brother always looking down on me and protecting me, my family, my parents, my sister. I mean, I'm so blessed to represent Palm Beach. But we're not done yet. This is just the beginning. We have another chapter. This is the end of the chapter of this year, but we still have a lot to do. I got a lot of plans for next year and a lot of goals. I can't wait.
A lot of work.
A lot of work too, 100%.
We're actually going to, can you pass that one up? We'll take the guy in front of you. Thank you. We'll take one there, one there, one there. Thank you.
Mike, we've seen the more ups, but the ups and downs with Johnny this season, but he's always been, you've always known the ability for him to have the game he did. When the offense really needed him tonight, what can you say about his performance?
No, it was great. And, I think you see his growth. And, I think back to the last regular season game. He had some challenging moments, in that game. But even on the last drive, he had a huge third down reception, and it showed that response. And then tonight to come out and played at such a high level, and it wasn't perfect, but it was he made some plays that were just spectacular. There was one of the third downs. He used every bit of that 6'7" body to go make an incredible catch, and then the long pass there on the final drive. Jordan put it in a remarkable place, hand fighting down the field, and to be able to snag it like he did was special. But he's a special player, and you need those players to rise up in those moments. And you see his growth as the season's progressed, and just excited for what the future holds for him and for this football team.
All right, let's go in front row on the aisle.
Coach Caleb Brown, Brevard Sports Network. Congratulations on the win. We've now seen this program go from 3 to 5 to now double-digit wins for the first time since 2016. Where would you say the state of the program is in playing for a national championship?
We're getting better. And that's our objective. Is every day we go out on the field, or in the classroom, or whatever we're doing, and we want improvement. Right? I will put no limits to what we can accomplish as a team. And I was disappointed in some of the setbacks that we faced earlier in the season, but these guys never stopped working. They never stopped believing. This is a special place. This is a remarkable program to be a part of, and it's not just the things of even the history in the past. It's the people. And when you get them around, the past players that have come around, and you see their support, you see their excitement, you see their joy. We represent them. We represent, that fan base that was out, that was special tonight. I mean, you look, we played in a couple of different places, going to New Orleans to kick off the season in a classic game, and the Noles family showed up. Tonight in the bowl game, once again, the Noles family showed up. I mean, this is a remarkable program to be a part of. But I get to coach guys like this, and I know that when I watch them work, when I watch them, what they pour into it. They're challenging themselves to be the best they can be, and for where we're going, I can promise you, there's great days ahead in Tallahassee. Right? The future is very bright for this program, but it's because of the people that we have. It's because of that that constant push to get better, and guys are just willing to fight the fight.
All right, we'll take one from Jamie, then Matt on the other side of Jamie, and then we'll keep moving.
Coach, you kind of talked about it. I'm just wondering, do you allow yourself to savor what just happened tonight and what happened throughout this season after, the struggles that you went through the first 2 years? But then Jordan mentions there's much more work to be done. So I'm just wondering, how much do you savor this? Oh,
absolutely. I mean, every experience is critical, for our journey. And, the highs, the lows, I mean, the good and the bad. I'm proud of this team. I'm so very proud of them. And, we get to sit back and see what they've been able to accomplish when many people didn't believe that they could. But I knew. And because I'm with them every day, I watch them work. I watch how much they care. This is a team that they truly are a family. And just like with family, there's days that you squabble together. There's days that that there's the accountability part of it is it's hard. And there's a lot of other programs you can go to that'd probably be a lot easier. But it's what makes moments like this worth savoring. Because it's not just about the results of a game. I mean, yes, we can look up at a scoreboard and be really excited, and I know what it took to get there. Right? I got to watch these guys whenever maybe people doubted them, or when maybe things weren't going exactly like they had hoped it had been. I know where we had to come through as a program. It was hard, but we know what's ahead. And it's gonna be work. That's why, Jordan says it. There's no limits to what we can accomplish, because I know how these guys are gonna work, and I know how I'm gonna push them to make sure that we get to where ultimately I know that we can go.
All right, Matt, your turn.
Mike, when you think about back when you were talking with Jared there, and you were talking about coming to Florida State and continuing his career, I mean, how special of a season has it been for him, and to see him, covered in glitter and begin this championship today? I mean, how does it feel? And Jared, for yourself, how does it feel, the journey you've taken to get to this point?
You want to go first? Or you want me?
Let's rock paper scissors for it.
What?
I'll go. It meant a lot, to finally, go out there, end the season the way we wanted it to. At the beginning of the season, we had a couple, hard losses that, we could have done this or that to be a little bit better. But, just the one thing I'm grateful for is Coach Norvell. He hasn't lied to me once. Like I said multiple times, he sat down with me and just told me he'd give me his best. He hasn't stopped since then. All today, all the first day I got here, every day since, he's given me his best. And I've tried my hardest to give him the same in return. So this is the best decision I've ever made in my life.
When you get to coach a young man like this, you don't have to search for his passion. It shows up. And I remember in the recruiting process, it was a fast recruiting process. But from the first time that I talked to him on the phone till the official visit when I was there in person, I just knew that this was the right fit for Florida State, because he wants to be great in everything that he does. Yes, it's fun watching number 5 go out there and sack the quarterback. Right? I watch how he competes in the classroom too. I watch how he competes in the weight room. I watch how he pours in and challenges teammates and pushes guys to be better than what maybe even they think they can be at times. And when he made the decision to come to Florida State, I remember on that phone call, man, I'm not too proud to say, I was emotional in that moment, because it was real. There was no bull crap about it. It was about somebody that really went through the process and just said, I need to find the best fit where I can go and grow in every way. And I think you see what some of the things he's capable of, and I'm just going to tell you, he's just scratching the surface for where he can go. this young man has a special future in front of him because, yeah, good Lord blessed him with great ability, but he's got an unbelievable mind. He's got an unbelievable heart. And, like it's going to be fun to watch him continue to grow to what I know that potential is.
All right, we'll take two more. We got one in the third row center over here, Terry, and then we'll close right here.
Is that me? Hey, Jared, I wanted to follow up on that. You obviously had a decision to make if you even wanted to play in this game. How gratifying was it for you to play the way you did and have the sack that sealed it?
It was very gratifying. The whole game, they did a very good job containing me. That right tackle, I don't remember his name. He was very good. He clamped me up a couple times, but I was like, all right. And then, me, I love to talk. He was talking to me. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm going to get you. But just that last play, I remember vividly he looked at me. He said, you're not going to do nothing in the league. You're not going to make it to the league. And I looked at him. I said, watch this next play. And we got the sack. I think it was D-Lo was right there with me. And then we look at the clock, 3 seconds left, time running out. I started laughing at him. Quarterback trying to hike the ball and everything. I'm like, it's over. We hear the buzz. Everybody started just screaming. But it's just, it was a great feeling.
That is impressive detail.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
I hope you enjoyed that. That was awesome. I did.
Actually, two more. We'll do one down here and then one center in the third row there.
Do you have any stories?
Question for you, Mike, and then Jordan, if you want to add on to this, be my guest. Pokey Wilson's a guy that's been in this program for many, many years, and with all the transfer talent that came in this year, there was obviously some more competition. Can you just talk about the development and the work ethic of Pokey, because he ended up having, I'm pretty sure statistically, his best season here at Florida State.
He is he's a wonderful player. Somebody that very versatile in his skill set. Has made so many big plays for us this year. But you trust the process of growth, and what competition's you're either gonna rise to it or you'll let it pass you by. And Pokey just his work ethic. The amount of he's not the biggest guy in the world, but when you look at how consistent he is of being at practice, of working to get better. He'll give everything that his body has to go out there and compete, and he's a great competitor. And I think you saw with a lot of really talented players that have come in around him. He still defined his role because of that work ethic. And there's a lot of guys that have been here since the beginning of this staff's arrival, and guys like Pokey, guys like you sit there and Robert Cooper. That's my heart right there. Just being able to hug him after the game, and knowing that all that he's done. There's just so many stories like that with players that have come in and guys that we've recruited that are very talented, but they continue to push and have continued to improve, and I'm excited about where their future is going to take them.
All right, close that over here on the right.
You have anything?
Coach already talked about this a little bit, but I want to ask the players, how nice was it to see Ryan Fitzgerald get out there and get that kick to win the game after everything he's been through this season?
No, like I mentioned earlier, that was it was a special moment. You talk about response, you talk about growth, you talk about continuing to try to be the best that you can be. It doesn't mean it's always going to go your way on the journey, but sometimes the challenges are necessary. You got to know what you can go through to be able to prove what you can get through. And Ryan has done that, and that was a big moment for him. It's one that. It was a difference in the game, and just proud of him, proud of this team, and grateful for the opportunity that I have to be able to work side by side with him each day.
All right, thank you guys. Appreciate your time. We'll have a few more players in here before you hustle off.